Hello, I'm Fenella. I've actually only attended one meeting so far, so I can't actually add a lot in terms of experience of the workforce group, but I thought it might be helpful to share why co-creation and having the opportunity to be part of the group matters so much to me. For much of my life, the NHS hasn't felt like a safe or a caring place. But I'm also really excited because co-creation and all the new understanding of things like neurodiversity means that what I feel on the inside now matches what the outside world sees in me. And by understanding how it is to be a patient, we get to the heart of symptoms quicker, and this in turn means better treatments and better outcomes for everyone. I'm involved in co-creation because I need the system to hurry up and to get up to date with the science. Otherwise, I will continue to be harmed and not properly understood. I want to be able to go to A&E and say that I'm autistic, and for the person treating me to understand and be up to date on the impacts of neurodivergence on my body from a clinical perspective. I only found out about I&E because the autism team told me about it. To say that it's been a game changer would be an understatement. Not only has I&E helped me to see my strengths, but it's helped me to heal a lot of the harm that was done previously. Before my first workstream meeting, I had a one-on-one over Teams with Paul with support from Jess in the I&E team. They already knew quite a bit about me. I got to ask any questions I had and to talk through some of my communication and reasonable adjustment needs beforehand. But I think one of the most important things to take into account is to make sure that both parties are on the same page about what the ask is. I need to know, where are we going? Why are we going there? And how will I know when we've actually arrived? It doesn't matter what the answers are, as long as I'm clear what you're expecting of me, because then I know how to show up and how to help you to be the star of your own show. We all have a finite time on this planet, and I want to make sure that we're all living our best lives, particularly when you're asking for a lived experience input, because that person is giving you hours from their life to support your paid work, and that can also cause them pain to talk through things that have happened to them. So it's really important that we value everyone. Here are some things that have helped me a lot. Having a named person for regular check-ins, being able to have the video camera and mic on or off, and making this the norm so that people can opt in or opt out as needed. Are we using the raise hands button? Are you wanting my opinion? Or is this a feedback or a listening task? The I&E team always stays on the call after meetings for anyone who needs a check-in or a debrief. Because it's built in, it feels normal and easy. And even if I don't need it, it shows that the team genuinely cares. I have a lot of difficulty with reading and processing. I get frustrated when I can't show up for the person leading the opportunity, or when I can't do what they need me to do for them. Having plenty of time and pre-warning means that they get the best out of me, and it helps me to ask for the extra support I need. Something I find quite difficult and frustrating is when people talk about managing expectations. That just feels like we're giving up and that the thing isn't worth bothering with. It's even worse when I've taken time out of my day unpaid as a patient to show up for a thing only to be told by a paid member of staff that it feels a bit difficult to do. To me, my default is that things feel exciting and joyful. I love a challenge, and I always want us to be striving for the gold medal. I'd rather go into things with a can-do attitude. If we come at things with an already exhausted or a that feels too hard attitude, it's just hard. I prefer to operate on an ideal world level scenario where a genie grants me all my wishes, and then once we've figured out where we'd like to go, we can work back from there, and we can work within our means and fill out any skills gaps. I'd like us to stop seeing inclusivity and technology being viewed as difficult add-ons. When we accidentally exclude people from our co-creation community, then we could be repeating those feelings of exclusion and isolation in our group by making them disabled. I feel like it's my job as an I&E member to make sure that everybody is getting included. I'd like to find a way to flag the things that feel important to me without feeling like I'm also making trouble in doing so. And I love that this is an ever-evolving project and that we are humans and we behave in a really human way. We're really nurturing towards each other, and when we're having a human experience, we're really good at giving each other the space to just be and to hold space for the other person without judgment or seeing them as less than. My hope is that by continuing to be involved in co-creation, it allows us to keep sending out these ripples, and even if those ripples feel tiny when we make them, they go on to have massive impacts. works and to really make a big change to the lives of other patients and staff. And that will help TUV to move forward. We have to properly understand what's going on for a person, and only then can we work in equal partnership to put the next steps in place. If we don't allow everybody to have a space at the table, then we're only serving the people who already have food, and we're missing out the people who need the food the most. So we need to make sure that we're building in inclusivity, accessibility and sustainability as the starting point, rather than us trying to do more of the same when we know that it doesn't work. The only way we're going to bring more and diverse voices into our community is by making sure that they can get to us. But we need to get the base right before we start to bring more people in. And it's about taking a moment to look at each part of the system we currently have and raising any issues, brainstorming solutions, and then implementing those so that people who then come in get to have an amazing experience from the start, and they will then share those things in that ripple effect with their communities more widely too. Thank you so much for letting me be at this table, and I can't wait to see where we go from here.